and welcome to the start of the collective manga haul for the month of June. This is the first clip, but I already have quite a bit, so it's probably going to fill up the majority of this video, but I'm still going to do it kind of clip by clip basis. So there's a mix of stuff that I got in person, a mix of online orders, and yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to start with the first purchases of the month, if you will, which was I went shopping with a friend. So I picked up some purchases, which I shall go through now. So first volume I got was volume 13 of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. This is just a series I'm trying to keep up with now. I was behind for a little bit, but now I'm caught up. I'm just missing some volumes in between, but I'll get those when they come back in stock. But yes, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun is a really awesome supernatural mystery kind of series. Stuff at the moment is really interesting, and I wish I could talk about it, but I obviously don't want to spoil anyone. But it's definitely one of my favourite ongoing series at the moment. But yes, supernatural mystery series set in a school, about ghosts, stuff like that. So that is Toilet Bound Hanako-kun volume 13. Oh, I forgot to show the inside, which has super pretty artwork. Oh yeah, and there is like a little mark in here, but I don't really care because it's not on the pages. If you hear something, that's my dog next to me. He decided he wanted to come in for this video. So yeah, you might hear him every so often, and I apologise for that. Cool, so next volume is I Cannot Reach You volume 4. It feels like I just got volume 3, but now have volume 4, and this is a like BL romance series about two childhood friends. I wish I could show my dog right now. He keeps trying to push like the manga out of my hands so that I will pay attention to him. But yeah, I actually quite enjoy the series. I like the point it's getting to. I really like these kind of more about emotional development in the characters before they get together rather than like a will they won't they situation. Just personally, I much prefer this to like a love triangle kind of thing. So yeah, I'm pretty much enjoying it, and this volume was very good. Sorry. But yeah, this volume was very good. Okay, I feel like there should be less dog interference. I really wish I could have shown you what he was doing, but it was very distracting. But yeah, and then we have Moriarty The Patriot volume 1. I've been trying to collect this series, or wanting to collect this series, basically since I started collecting physical manga again, and finally volume 1 came back in stock, so I picked it up immediately. And I forgot to say, all of these were from Forbidden Planet, and they do 3 for 2, so we did like a dual thing to make sure it was advantageous for the both of us. I don't know why I'm picking that way. Moriarty The Patriot is a historical like mystery series set in late 1800s Britain, and is a retelling of the original Sherlock Holmes novels, and yeah, it's really interesting. I always say this, but I recommend it if you like something like Death Note. I find it really cool. So yes, and there is an anime for it if you want to go that route as well, which is what I started with, but now I'm kind of more into the manga personally, just because they've told it slightly differently. Okay, and last but not least is Doughnuts Under a Crescent Moon volume 2. So I don't own volume 1 of this series, but I have read it online. I like previewed it online, and I really enjoyed it. This is the first GL series I've read that I've actually like genuinely enjoyed. Not genuinely enjoyed, that's the wrong way of putting it, but this is the first one where I was like, wow, I really love them, and I just want them to be happy, so obviously I wanted to pick it up physically. Volume 3 is supposed to come out this month actually, so I'll probably be picking it up at some point, but I haven't read volume 2 or onwards, so I will be continuing to reading it physically because I really enjoyed it. But it is essentially a workplace romance between these two co-workers, and it's about this girl who's just kind of trying to understand herself, I guess, and through it becomes friends with this person. You know, a bit more than friends maybe. But yes, that is Doughnuts Under a Crescent Moon, and that was it for the first shop. And then later on, like a couple weeks later, because I'm filming this like mid-June, I did another solo shop. And both of these were actually from a bookstore in the UK called Waterstones, which at the moment I still get a discount for. So I'm trying to use my discount because there's like a loyalty system, and if you spend enough money a certain amount of times, you also get a voucher off. So I'm trying to do that before I lose my student discount. So I bought a couple things. So first up we have our dining table. This one is a series that everyone talks about how like fluffy and cute it is. It is a BL, but it's more about like a family kind of setting where this is this guy's brother, and they just have, you know, cute warm fluffiness. I actually tried reading this last year, and I read the first chapter, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really understand why everyone liked it so much, and a large part of that is probably due to me, because I'm not like I don't want to say I'm not fond of children, but I don't instantly love something because a child is in it. Like, the child still needs to earn my affection the same as any other character, you know? And I'm also not, like, I'm not a foodie. I don't really care about food or eating, so when a story kind of focuses on that aspect, it kind of makes me lose interest, personally. And that is literally the two things that this series is about, so it makes sense I didn't enjoy it at first, but a couple months ago, I wanted to give it another shot just because I wanted something short and warm and fluffy, and as I said, everyone talks about it, and not gonna lie, by the end, I was tearing up just a little, and I think that gives me enough reason to buy it physically. Like, if something can emotionally, you know, touch me to make me tear up, I feel like that's fair, you know, a fair thing to do, and yeah. For the record, I was saying this in a previous haul, but like, I make it sound like I cry a lot, but it's not that I cry a lot, it's that I only pick up the series that I resonate with the most, and obviously if I resonate with it quite a bit, it's most likely gonna make me cry, you know? You know? Maybe not, I don't know. But then we have Seraph of the End, Volume 6. I picked this up in store because I am trying to collect the series physically after reading it digitally several years ago, and it's still ongoing, but I stopped reading it digitally and I want to pick it up again from the beginning physically because I do remember really enjoying it. I just had other reasons that I stopped reading it. Some of the earlier volumes are out of stock at the moment, and Volume 6 is one of the ones that is harder to find online, and I saw it in store, so I thought, you know what, why not grab it? I tried to pick up the series on 3 for 2, but this volume I just hadn't seen in a while, so I thought I'd pick it up, and it has lovely crawl on the front. So yes, so that was it for that pickup, and then on to the online packages. So first up I have this package, which is from Books Please. And we have 3 volumes here. So first up we have The Case Study of Vanitas. Let me move this more to the side. The Case Study of Vanitas, Volume 4, which finally has me caught up with the series, which makes me happy. I'm just very happy to finally have this all physically. And yeah, this is a supernatural series set in like an alternate historical France. Sounds kind of weird, but trust me, it makes sense. And it's about vampires and stuff that comes with that. I guess that was such a terrible explanation, I'm sorry. But essentially there was this vampire that was born under the blue moon, and because of that they are looked down upon by other vampires, and so they made this book to curse them, which regular vampires obviously fear, and a vampire called Noe is in search of this book, and while going to Paris to find it, he meets a guy claiming to be called Vanitas, who is a regular human, but he has the book, and that's kind of the starting point of the series. This series is written by Jin Mochizuki, who is the author of Pandora Hearts, which is my favourite manga series, so naturally I picked up this series as well, and I am enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it as much as Pandora Hearts yet, but honestly it probably won't get to that level just because Pandora Hearts has such a dear place in my heart, but I am enjoying it. So that is that series. Cool, and then we have Volume 2 and 3 of Lovesick Ellie. I picked up Volume 1 last month, and I'm trying to catch up with the release dates now. And I said this before, but I read the series online first, digitally, and I read the entire series, so I know what's happening, and I liked it enough to pick it up physically as it's coming out. So that is exactly what I'm doing. But this is a kind of regular school rom-com series with the twist that this girl is very into fantasizing, and she tweets about it on a Twitter account called Lovesick Ellie. And I just think it's very, like, it still has the typical shoujo tropes, but it does it in a unique way, and it's very refreshing, I think. And I think that's just what made me enjoy it. And I also think the relationship between the two, even though it's weird, is quite healthy. So that's my interpretation of it. So yes, that was it for that package. And then I have this package here, which I have already opened, and this was from W.H. Smith's, which is more known as like a stationery store in the UK, but it does sell books as well, and I ordered from there decently a lot because they already have everything discounted, I think, by like 15%, and then on top of that I get a student discount. So I have ordered from there quite a bit. I normally do pre-orders there just because they work out the best. The downside is their packaging isn't the best, so things do sometimes come damaged, but it hasn't come damaged enough for me to stop ordering from there, which I think is fair. So we have Moriarty The Patriot, Volume 5, which I already talked about this series literally just a second ago, so I'm not going to go through it again, but obviously later volume. Let's see if there's any artwork. There you go. So volume 5, and with this volume I am caught up, aside from the volume that literally just released like last month. So that is awesome. And then once again we have 2 more volumes of Seraph at the End. We have volume 17 and 18. I am trying to stick an order, but because some of the earlier volumes are out of stock. Oh, I forgot to show earlier that they come with these like flip out poster things, so that's cool. But yeah, because the earlier volumes are out of stock, if I need to like throw in a volume to get some free shipping, I tend to do that. And these ones were still priced at $6.99, which is the old price for Viz series, so I decided to get these ones. So yes, and that was that for that package. Very short and sweet since I already talked about these series. I'm going to get the other Seraph at the End volume though, so I can show the inside poster. Cool. And that is the inside poster. I also realised I didn't talk about what Seraph at the End is about, but basically it is a dystopian series involving vampires and demons and lots of weird supernatural creatures. And yeah, it's very interesting, intriguing. It's a shonen, and it definitely has the shonen tropes, but I also feel like it's different enough, which is what makes me enjoy it. Because I'm not really into like battle shonen stuff, so yeah. And for the last package, we have one from Book Depository. Nice bookmark. I don't really tend to order from here much, but it had volume 3 of Wake Up Sleeping Beauty for a decent price, so I picked it up because I didn't want this to go out of stock before I got volume 4, because I was waiting for volume 4 to come back in stock before I bought anything. I was just checking there was more artwork before I spoiled things. But yes, I wanted to make sure, no, sorry, I was originally waiting for volume 4 to come back in stock. I'm gonna buy these together, but I just decided to pick it up beforehand. So I just need volume 4 to complete this series. This is a drama romancy type of series with a small supernatural twist about a girl who has something along the lines of dissociative identity disorder, and I highly recommend checking it out. It's only 6 volumes. It is 100% worth it in my opinion. I love this series so much. You might be put off for the first like couple volumes, but trust me, it's very much worth it. And I think the small supernatural element is handled well. Like, it doesn't take away from the realness of it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But yes, that is Wake Up Sleeping Beauty. Yes, please check it out. And then that is it for all the packages, but quickly before I end this clip, I want to talk about a package I got earlier, and I didn't film like a speaking part with it, but I will show the footage while I'm talking about it. But essentially, Pandora Hearts, which is my favourite manga series, as I mentioned before, last year was its 15th anniversary from first being released, and they've been doing celebrations for it this year because obviously COVID and stuff stopped them from doing anything last year. So they did this like really cool museum and cafe and all that stuff, which looks super awesome, and I'm very jealous of anyone who got to go. But on top of that, obviously they released some merch, and I decided I did want to get a few things from it. So the package that I'm showing now is just a couple of things that I picked up from the event, which is a clear file and some standees. I got a clear file because I wanted something of everyone, and I'm kind of into collecting clear files recently. I don't know what it is about them, but there's something nice about it. And then I got 3 standees of Oz, who's the main character, Leo, and then Elliot. And I wanted to show something for the clear file because I didn't show it in the video because I didn't really check it thoroughly enough. But this is the clear file, and originally I just showed both sides, but basically there is actually an inner flap which has all the manga panels. Hopefully I'm not spoiling anything. So if you put things either side, because obviously you can split it up either side, it just shows the transparent image of the art, which I think is really, really cool. But yeah, this was obviously original art for the series, so yes, and you can't take this out, it's like permanently in there, which is cool, but I think this is a really, really cool clear file, and I really like it. So yes, that is it for this clip, and on to the next. Okay, and welcome to the final clip in June's collective haul. For this clip I have quite a few packages that I just got throughout the like second half of the month. All of them I have like already opened a little bit, but yeah, I'm just gonna go through and show what I got basically. So let me move these out of the way and I'll just go through in whatever order. So starting off with this package, I believe this is a package from Books Please. Yes, it is. Have a nice little bookmark here. to show it the right way. And this is volume 9 of Karneval. I'm deciding if I'm going to read it all at once or if I'm going to read a little bit and continue. The final volume, which should be volume 14 because these are 2-on-1s, should be coming out at some point because it is completed. Volume 13 just came out. So I'm currently working on collecting up to 10 and then I'll get volume 11, 12, 13 at a later point because I'm not worried about those going out of stock. But these ones are a little harder to find. The later ones, not so much. But it's in a decent condition. There's a little bit of scuffing on the back, but I literally have not gotten a single one of these in perfect condition. It's just kind of the way that they're made in the omnibus style, but I do like the art. It's very aesthetic. I find it hard to give a synopsis on the series because it's been ages since I watched the anime for it, and I only read the first omnibus so far, so I don't want to give false information, but it is a josei fantasy mystery supernatural kind of series. Okay, next up we have this package, which I also believe is from Books Please, and I believe they're both the same series. Yes, they are. Got 2 bookmarks in this one. I feel like they're just trying to use them up at this point. But we have volume 5 and volume 6 of Noragami. Noragami is a supernatural series about Japanese gods, and you follow a kind of no-name god called Yato who's trying to get his name out there so he can be remembered and get a shrine and all this fun stuff. I quite enjoyed the series. I say that kind of half-heartedly because it's been ages since I was reading the manga for this, and I stopped reading, and I think because I was reading Japanese scan, so it was obviously ahead of the English versions, it's not actually that far. Like, the current English versions aren't that far further than what I actually had read up to, but I am reading it again through collecting the physicals, so I'm trying to get them in order. So we're up to volume 6 here, obviously. I did recently, though, rewatch the anime because I just felt nostalgic for it, and I still very much enjoy it, which I'm very happy to say because obviously I'm collecting it. So I'm excited to go back to reading the manga. So yes, that's volume 5 and 6 of Noragami. And for the next package is a package from Amazon, which I ordered from there because I got a special coupon for my birthday, which was this past month. So I have 2 volumes of Maid-sama here. These have been in stock on Amazon for a while, but they were always full price, which kind of put me off getting them immediately because I wanted to get them cheaper, but when I got the coupon for it, it made them free. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I will. Bite the bullet because I really do want to collect this series. This is a very, I guess, nostalgic series for me. This is definitely the first like shoujo romance series I consumed when I got into anime and manga. I know a lot of people probably did Fruits Basket or I'm trying to think of other ones that, I mean, Sailor Moon, I guess that kind of counts. But yeah, no, I didn't grow up with any of these. You know, when I found anime and manga, I got into them, and this was the first one that I remember at least consuming and enjoying, and it's very, you know, I reread it every so often, so I'm glad I'm finally collecting the physicals of it. For those that don't know, it's a shoujo rom-com series about a girl who is the student council president of her school, but at the same time she secretly works at Maid Cafe, and this guy finds out, and yeah, shenanigans ensue. But yes, that is Maid-sama, and these are obviously omnibus volumes with 2 volumes in each. And I'd also like to say I just really like the colours of the spines of this. I think they're really pretty. They're going to look really pretty on a shelf when I have them all, eventually. Which I'm not in any rush. I'm just waiting for whenever the reprints happen because these obviously recently got reprinted. I don't know. And then for the last volume from this haul, there is a package after this, but it isn't manga. It is a anime box set. So this is the last actual volume. And this was obviously from Book Depository and got a nice little bookmark. So this is the 4th volume of Our Dreams at Dusk, which I finally have. I started collecting this last year and I finally have the last volume, so I can finally read it because I wasn't reading any of it until I got 4 volumes because it's only 4 volumes. So I wanted to not read the first 3 and then have to wait for ages to read volume 4. So I finally got it. And this series is obviously well known for its LGBTQ plus representation, so I think it's fitting that I finally got the 4th volume in June. I do know that some people find this quite triggering. I obviously can't say anything because I haven't read it yet, and I think with stuff like this, it's very important to form your own opinions as long as you're sure it's not gonna hurt you and, you know, or trigger you, obviously. I don't know if I'm phrasing that right, but I just want to form my own opinion of it before I take other people's opinions. Yeah, so that is Our Dreams at Dusk. I don't know. Oh, there's such a pretty artwork in there. I do like the art for this series. So yes, I will probably try and read it before June is over. I'm filming this like a couple days before the end of June, so I will try and get to it. So yes, that was it for the manga, and then for the last thing I have... So for the last thing I have this box set, which was kind of a gift to myself for various things. Obviously I already opened it because this actually arrived on my birthday, so I thought it was a fitting gift. But this is the box set for Tamako Market and Tamako Love Story, which is a Kira Annie work, which Tamako Market is a great series. It's like a 12 episode series. It's very positive if you just want something that's like feel good. Like it's a bit of a what I call a nothing series, which is basically nothing really happens in it, which doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad series. It just means like, there's not intense action or drama or anything. It's just kind of people existing in their lives. But it's definitely a good, positive, feel-good series. So if you want something just kind of fluffy and happy, I definitely recommend Tamako Market. But what I really got this for was Tamako Love Story, which is one of my favourite movies. It's a sequel movie to the series, but you can watch it standalone. I'll show off the stuff while I'm talking about it. You can watch it standalone, because actually I watched it standalone before I even knew Tamako Market existed. So this is the DVD for Tamako Love Story. But it is one of my favourite movies. It's only like an hour and 15 minutes, and it is obviously, as I said, a sequel to the series. That's what it looks like on the inside. Let me see if I can take this DVD out so you can see the image behind it. But yeah, even though it's called Tamako Love Story, it definitely obviously has a big emphasis on romance, but it's much more of like a coming of age, accepting changes in your life movie. That's how I interpret it. But I've watched it so many times, and I'm happy to get with it the DVD for Tamako Market. It's, as I said, it's just a very cute, feel-good series. And obviously, it's done by Kira Annie, so the animation's going to be great. If it's not obvious by the box sets I own and my favourite series and things, I love Kira Annie works. I just love the subtlety and the details. And the other reason I got the box set and the DVD is, one, because it comes with all these extra things, but two, Tamako Market and Tamako Love Story you can't actually watch legally in the UK. You can in America, I believe, on High Dive, but you can't do it in the UK, so I wanted to be able to legally consume a movie I love this much, I'll just do a quick through of the storyboard for Tamako Love Story, and then it comes with this little book for Tamako Market, which just goes into detail about characters and things like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like getting these like special editions. I know they're a bit more pricey, but obviously I'm only buying DVDs for series I love anyway, and I actually have already watched it with the DVD, the movie, and it was worth it. I'm very glad that I made this purchase. And as I said, it was a bit of a gift to myself. Yeah, that is the box set for Tamako Market and Tamako Love Story. And that is it for this month's collective haul. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much if you did. And yeah, I hope you stay healthy, happy, all that fun stuff. And yeah, bye-bye.